Right. Think we're good. There we go. So, hello everybody. Welcome to a new week. We're going to be playing some more Death and Taxes, some more Legacy tonight. As per the norm at this point. What happened to my... Okay. Still not sure what I want to be doing exactly with the sideboard. I think I mentioned that when I played this list on Friday. Is that this Leona Relic Border and this Sword of War and Peace have both been like, pretty solidly medium. But I'm not really sure what I would want to do instead. Because I kind of still want some fair deck card here. I guess War and Peace comes in against the combo matchups as well. But it's a nice like Miracles tech card, and our Miracles sideboard looks like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, maybe it's actually enough against Miracles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you include the sword. Not sure. I'm still just not sure what I would cut for these cards. But I feel like there's something missing. I could play like a third recruiter instead of this sword, which might actually be reasonable. It's a card that can come in against Grixis as well, because third recruiter can find you your Mirren Crusaders or Flicker Wisp chains and stuff, whereas Sword of War and Peace is just very close to unplayable in that matchup. It can also come in against the combo decks, because you can usually tutor art for your like Thalias or Phyrexian Revokers and such. I think it's... not sure. I also talked about on the Discord that like maybe cutting this Leona Relic order for something like a Monkara might be actually pretty decent. What's up, you Henny? But I'm just like... I'm not exactly sure what cards I want. I like vaguely still want one Ethersworn in the list. I'm not sure why. Go away, McAfee. Like a Container Priest or an Ethersworn Canonist. Both cards have been pretty middling, but they've served me well in the past in sideboards. There's also a chance I could like try to fit the second Brightling back in the main deck, but I think I'm just gonna keep playing leagues with this list until I come across like a deck or just a feeling that I really, really don't want this card in some matchups, or I really, really don't want this. Just like I'm really looking for something in the sideboard, because right now I'm kind of okay with where I am. Except we keep playing against Dredge like a silly amount of times. The second most played deck on my list, tied with Red Black Reanimator. Internet is being crappy. Oh. Alright, just making sure it's not on my end. But it doesn't look like it. Anyway, I'm gonna stop vamping here and just play some Magic instead. Trying to remember what we did last time. Oh yeah, we played... What did we do? Oh, we lost to 5 Killer Humans like right there at the very end. In a game that I probably should have won had I not cast the Cataclysm, or had I kept the Vial instead of the Ballista. Was my Stream Decker updated? Yeah. Alright. No Vial, no Mom, but Sand's good. We have like turn 2 Thalia, Caracas, and like double white for these double white spells. And we're on the play, so... Hard to pass up a hand that can put out turn 2 Thalia on the play and have some other castables. Oh, well. We have Caracas at least, which actually paves the way for sometimes winning the game ones here. Playing against some red-black Reanimator. We're not going to F6 here, so we can try to bluff that we're actually like a Force of Will deck. Like Miracles that just let on basic planes or something. Not very high chance of working, but... We saw this Caracas to bounce like a Grizzlebrand and such. You know, the hope is just like that they can't go off. Yeah, they can unmask me here. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to actually fire off the plow here in response to the unmask. Just so I can get rid of the Chancellor trigger. Because I feel like they'll take the plow otherwise, and then next turn I'm playing Caracas, bouncing Grizzlebrand. I guess the turn after that, yeah, I don't think I should. Just force them to take the plow here. Yep. Go down to 5, alright. They're digging for like a second thing to make. Yeah, if they put out like a Chancellor or something, they have a shot. Ashen Rider, sure. It doesn't win them the game. Yeah, it's definitely... We have like 4 turns to find an answer to this. It's not very likely, but... I guess we have 5 turns. They could also like reanimate a Chancellor next turn to make it faster. So next turn I probably play the Thalia, just to get through the Chancellor trigger. Maybe I was wrong in not casting off that plow. I mean, drawing the Stoneforge is something I couldn't really account for. Yeah, and they make Chancellor, which is very bad. Now we're probably dead, because we take just 9 and 9 here. We draw Plow, I think, is the only thing. Plow into probably needs to be another Plow. No, Plow... Yeah, no, that won't work. They just, like, make another Chancellor, too? Sure. Oh, we actually drew the Plow, too. If they didn't have the third thing to reanimate, we could actually have, like, plowed one of these, and then we still... I think we still would have died, unless we had drawn, like, another Plow on top of that the following turn, because if they don't do this, we don't have the Thalia in play, we go third land, pay 2 for the Plow to kill the Chancellor, go to 3, untap, and then we need to find just another answer to this. So, yeah. I mean, they did draw like 14 cards, so it's not super surprising that they had 3 reanimation spells. I don't think I've ever won a game 1 against Red, Black, Green. No, there's one time I've won a game 1 against Red, Black, Reanimator. Since the Death Ray bannings. So we get to board in all of these cards. Cut, Walking Ballista, Jite, Sword, Shave Down Stoneforges, Cut, Brightling, like that, I think. A slightly different approach than cutting the whole Stoneforge package like I used to. I'm trying the, like, leaving in 2 Stoneforges and a Batter Skull, because it actually does help erase a lot of their, like, dopey singular threats if you can just make a 4/4 Vigilance lifelink, you can race, like, a Chancellor or something. Or they stop attacking, so you can buy time to find an answer for it and such. Other than that, I think this is all fine. You really just need to draw your hate, games 2 and 3. Very hard to win game 1 in this matchup. If they have the turn 1 combo, even if you have Caracas, if they just, like, make a Grizzlebrand on turn 1, they get to draw 14 cards. Well, we have the Source Supply to Chalice of the Void hand, so that's great. I wonder if this is good enough. Probably not. I think we can mold a 6. On the play, though, Chalice on 1 can actually be pretty strong, with a Plow to clean up, like, a turn 1 thing. We have, like, let's keep it. Find out how good Chalice is in this matchup. More to test than to, like, see if this is a knockout hand. You can always use this Chalice to punch through, like, a Chancellor trigger. Alright. It looks like if we had a Surgical or Rest in Peace, if they just, like, go off on turn 1 here, then my Surgicals and Rest in Pieces didn't matter either, because it's just unmasking with a combo. Those are hands just you're never going to beat. You kind of got to accept that. Could have played Chalice on 0 here to, like, beat exactly Lotus Metal, but that seems kind of loose considering how weak the rest of my hand is. I think the Chalice on 1 is pretty important. Or at least the ability to get taken by Unmask and still have, like, a relevant card, yeah. So hopefully they have to, like, beat this Source of Plowshares now. We can't even recruit anything relevant, because we don't have a Containment Priest. Or they should have, like, Unmask into the combo. It's wonderful. Yep. These are hands that you're just, like, no matter... I could have, like, handpicked my 7. I guess... that's not true. I could have had double Surgical Extraction, but other than that, you were just, like, never going to win this game. I don't think I'm supposed to apply this right now. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? It just lets them make another Grizzlebrand right now, if I apply this currently, so... just let them do their thing. Now our best top decks, like... Rest in Peace or Surgical, I suppose. I'm not going to just, like, make another thing. Second Entomb, second Reanimate. Cabal Therapy. Alright, yeah, we'll play Grizzlebrand. They didn't target themselves, which is a good sign. Well, they just have Entomb plus second Reanimate for another Grizzlebrand, maybe? That'd be cool. Oh, Iona. We can beat an Iona. They're going to 2? We can draw Phyrexian Revoker or Caracas now? We have 6 outs, which is actually a surprising number. Going for the Ionis here seems I don't know. Not the best plan, considering they knew my whole hand. Could have just gone for a Grizzlebrand. I guess Grizzlebrand is weaker to like Swords of Plowshares and Council's Judgment and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, those are the games that you're just like never gonna win against Reanimator. Kind of have to accept that. The only way I was ever winning this game is if I kept like double surgical in my opening hand. My opponent just like went off turn one with an unmask. Those are the breaks when you play like a non-forcible or even like a forcible deck. You need to have the double counter spell there. But it's pretty easy for Delver to have like Daze plus Force. Quite the beating. Well, there was a good talk about, it was of a different deck, but someone in the Discord was talking about how, like, unwinnable it felt when, like, his Miracle's opponent was nut drawing him a bunch. And those are things you're definitely not supposed to focus on. It's like, oh, my red-black Mirror Magic looks heinous. We just died and we barely cast a spell either of those games. There's sometimes, like, in a very small sample size like that, in, like, a single match, you just get wrecked. Especially with a deck like Death and Taxes, where you don't have that turn one sort of style of interaction, like Force of Will. Most of your hate cards are... Oh. Playing against a friend here, Yosoi Easy. He's probably playing or possibly playing the 3-color humans deck. But yeah, we have a chat in which we talk. It's just kind of funny that we happen to face off against each other. This hand's also insane against my opponent if he's on 5-color or 3-color humans, but we have multiple moms, GTA Plow. Really soft to a Orzhov Pontiff, but I think this hand's also keeping the blind. It's a little bit loose, having a wastelandable white source, but I think double Mom Revoker, this hand's still fine. Is he on 5-color or 3-color? That doesn't really tell me. It's a fine blind keep, yeah. Well, Wasteland doesn't seem very good. I just like to like reaffirm with myself when I'm 100, like when I'm pretty sure, or in this case very sure what my opponent's on, that the hand is still fine in the blind, because I don't like to assess hands based on, oh, I know my opponent's on this, because there's most of the games you play you're not gonna know. Oh yeah, I forgot how bad that would. Oh, never mind, fine. Alright, well, revoking this Aether Vial looks pretty strong. We can also play second Mom before we do it, because my opponent can't get up to Orzhov Pontiff range. I guess if they have yeah, Noble Hierarch, this keep would make more sense. I would just champ. Alright, we can beat a champ. Revoke this Vial, Port plus Wasteland their stuff. Kill this champ with a Plow. Sure. Ooh, Meddling Mage. I wonder if they name Phyrexian Revoker here just because they can't beat it. Or if they just name... Yeah, if they name for Revoker, smart. Plays into getting Orzhov Pontiff this following turn, but I can at least Plow this Meddling Mage. quite a heads-up play. Yeah, I mean, he knows the matchup. I don't think I would. I'd be a little concerned of like ghosting or something, but like I know who this is. He's not gonna like ghost me. I could also just play GT here and then next turn Plow plus Revoker, but concerned about Pontiff the most, but nothing we can really do about Pontiff. Besides Plow this, untap, Revoker plus do nothing. Maybe I do just play the GT here. It's going to be bad if I get Wastelanded again, but he'd have to draw it because he hasn't played one yet. I think we'll go for the... Yeah. GT here is just more mana efficient because I can just do place both cards next turn anyway. If I Plow now, then I have to like only play Revoker next turn, whereas I can just Plow plus Revoker. Oh god, cat, what do you want? Well, this is going to be bad if this is a Pontiff, and this definitely feels like a Pontiff. Yeah. But we can still win from here. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, not plowing would also kind of be bad against another melee mage, because then you could name plow. Plow this. Revoke that. Aether Vial. Can we just wasteland their wasteland, or they just do it for me? I can't wait, you're worried about Pontiff, that works. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about Pontiff mentally, but there wasn't anything I could do about it. Yeah. I wasn't concerned about Pontiff, I was just voicing my, like, oh, because of the meddling mage play, my opponent has stalled to the point where they can get Vial onto 3 before I have Revoker down, to just, like, murder my moms with the Pontiff. They're just expressing, that. So I guess I could just Flicker Wisp this champion? Don't really need to Flicker Wisp this Aether Vial, my opponent's, like, pretty far away from killing this. And then we can just connect with on for 2 moms in the... Well, I mean, this board state is a little bit awkward. I'm obviously, like, favored because I need to draw stuff. My opponent needs to draw a bunch of lands. Flicker the Pontiff. Good call. Yeah, I think my opponent's just dead here because we have G-Table as a flyer. Alright. So, I forget how I sideboarded last time. Probably involved just all this stuff. Cut all the Thalias. Cut... I think I cut Recruiters because they were really slow, and then Revokers, something like that. How the Chalice has been since I last asked. About the same. I still don't think I've cast them very often. Conceptually, I still like them, but I haven't played against enough Storm or Miracles to know, because there should be Aetherstorm Canonists, right? They're taking exactly the spot of 2 Aetherstorm Canonists, but they just have the upside of being much better versus some of the fair decks, like Miracles, Delver, Death Shadow, and stuff, but still have not been playing them nearly enough to test them well, but I like them in theory, but still have not cast them nearly enough times in practice. Not exactly selling me on them. Yeah, I'm not sold on them either, but if I were to, like, actually try to test them more extensively, then maybe, but don't have enough time to play Magic nowadays. I've heard accounts from other people that said they're, like, pretty excellent, but it's all relative. So one Gid, one Kata split. I just really like Cataclysm. I've lost a lot of games against stuff like Grixis where you, like, play Gideon and they just kill it pretty easily. Gideon's still really good, especially because it's actually good against Death Shadow, whereas Cataclysm's just unplayable in that matchup. So hedging your bets for different matchups is also fine. I just really am gunning for the Miracles decks and Grixis decks. Anyway, That's totally fine. This looks okay. 4 equipment might be too many. I don't know if Sword of War and Peace is good enough, but Pro White can like fend off a champion and gaining me life is sometimes relevant. This hand is good enough, but kind of loose. No third land and also needing double white, but we have a lot of good castable spells, and then if we can get like Crusader plus GT. And do I find myself able to reverse miracles? I feel yeah, I've only played against it 4 times online in like the past X. Oh crap. My mic's all the way back here. How can you guys still hear me? Every time I like put away my mic and I totally forget to get it back. I feel like it should be totally muffled. Anyway, only played against Miracles 4 times online since Deathrite got banned, so again, I don't trust my data nearly enough to tell me, but I've always felt like the Miracles matchup, like personally, I feel a little bit favored, but I think overall, like the average Death and Taxes player versus the average Miracles player, Death and Taxes is unfavored, so playing against good Miracles players is pretty scary. But yeah, I agree that I enjoy the Miracles matchup just because it's very, very tight. Rewards you for playing very well and punishes both you and your opponent for making like very small decisions. Mom, alright. We will just plow the mom. Gains them the least amount of life, so path is better later. Also, there's the off chance that my opponent's playing a basic. It's not super high, but I imagine there'll be a basic here when Guilds of Ravnica comes out, which kind of decreases the stock in Path to Exile. Also makes us better against Meddling Mage. Probably names like Stoneforge here, though. No, just names Plow, alright. Yeah, that's another reason why... Oh, well. It's another reason why firing off the Path is better there, or firing off the Plow is better there, because my opponent's less likely to name Path to Exile. Can't believe I plowed his mom. The oldest joke in the book. Oh, not drawing this third land's a little scary. I also kind of want to kill this, but just play GT here. If I like double white, I just go land pass, but I'm just gonna play GT. It's gonna be really awkward when he plays Meddling Mage on Path to Exile. I guess like Kai'Sail Freebooter also would have punished me, but give more time to play if you didn't waste time Modern on other days. I play Modern like exactly once a week. And it's actually like weirdly enough like one of my more popular days. Yeah, well shit. I think we're dead. I don't know why people like to watch me play a bad deck in Modern versus like a reasonable deck in Legacy. Well. It's gonna be a lot of damage. Take 7 here. Oh man, drawing a land would be nice. Doesn't look like it's in the cards, though. Did keep this hand, like, noting that we were going to die if we never found a third land, but those are the breaks. Calls it reasonable. I mean, it's not technically wrong. Alright, we're dead without ever hitting another land drop. That's what happens. Had 4 draws, no lands. Yeah, George's not going to win that game. I think that keeps definitely reasonable. We just have 3 exceptionally good cards, and the rest of our hand gets unlocked if we find a third land. Unfortunately, our opponent wastelanded us, and we never found a third land, so we never really found a second land. Just run it back, though. Be on the play here for game 3 is definitely helpful. Hey, we had to cast an Aether Vial. First time Game number 5. Better than what we did on Friday, which we, like, activated Aether Vial, like, once in the entire league. I don't think I'm supposed to... I don't think this is a Bolt the Bird matchup. Could just port them, but that seems... Almost never draw my vials. I've not been finding my vials very consistently recently. Gotta get better at playing Death and Taxes. I think we're just gonna play Stoneforge though. I just want Jite. Yeah, Jite is just the most insane here. We also have Flicker Wisp to help connect with it. Champ. Yeah. The reason you don't like Bolt the Bird in this matchup, I think, is they don't get punished by this. Actually, not hugely punished by Kite Sail, because they have to. If they take the GT, we can plow it. If they take the plow, then we still have GT. Yeah, I was about to talk about that. Like, I don't think plowing the Noble Hierarch or like the Bolt the Bird concept is super relevant in a deck like Humans when you have a single removal spell. Because you'd rather save your plow for like their actual big threats, whereas this thing just accelerates them. And if you can kill like one gigantic champion of the parish, then I think we're like pretty decently far ahead. But there's definitely an argument for plowing there and just letting this vial tick up. Opponent does have a choice. I think the choice is just the plow, because if they take the GT, then I just plow, use Stoneforge, put in the GT anyway. So at least if they take the plow, then how Mana Light Humans requirements are. Yeah, I have no indication that like I'm punishing them by like they're on an Ancient Ziggurat plus Noble Hierarch hand or something. Let's draw a 2-drop. We don't actually like have any 2-drops in the deck though, so yeah, it seems unlikely. Could just actually Flicker Wisp this Stoneforge. Then next turn I can play Equip Jite. Rather than just taking my Nox here, playing Jite, and then equipping into the Stoneforge. Seems much slower. There's not a lot we get punished. We get punished by second Kite Sail really badly. But then we'll have a second equipment at least. Yeah. I'm also a fan of Wisping the Mystic. Don't know what I'm grabbing, but I'm definitely grabbing something. Is it sort of Fire and Ice or Batterskull? I don't think it's sort of War and Peace. It could be Batterskull. Could be Fire and Ice. Yeah. Fire and Ice kills this freebooter if they like play another Kite Sail freebooter, then I'll be happy getting Fire and Ice. But Batterskull is just better in general. Like just being able to gain life and such. So we have 4 cards in hand. What are we most scared of here? Fire and Ice is also useful if they like end up shattering my Jite. Next, like if I play the GT, get 2 counters on it, but then they have a Manic Vandal or whatever. I think we're gonna grab Fire and Ice. I just don't want to lose this game because they have a second Kite Sail in hand. Because they have Kite Sail plus, just a Pontiff, sure. What are they attacking with? Yeah, because they want to be able to stonewall my... like, just eat my Stoneforge Mystic, essentially. So I could play Equip Jite to Stoneforge here and attack. And the champ blocks it. And then we just trade, essentially. Because I have to use the GT counters to kill the champ. Alternatively, I could use the GT counters to kill the kite sail, and then untap and plow the champion, but all of these plays are just very slow. Alternatively, I could play the mom plus put it in equipment. Definitely a tough choice. I'm not sure what I want to do here. Trading with the champion doesn't seem horrible, but keeping like one creature left is kind of scary when all of my equipment aren't that good. Like, can't even protect the mom from another Pontiff effect by like equipping with the sword. Just way too much mana. I think I like just playing the mom here, honestly. I don't think I like... No, I kind of do. Kind of like just killing this champion while I can. Their board's not that scary right now. They like Thalia's Lieutenant me. It could get bad, but... I think I'm okay with this trade. It'd be really nice to have a 3 here. It'd be like, if we had a Mirror Crusader or a Brightling here, it'd be nuts. But I think this GTA is getting shattered. What is this gonna find? Yeah, Rex Age. Okay, so they can't actually shatter it this turn, but... Really nice if I had a Crusader here. If I draw Flicker Wisp too, that'll be really good. Nope, more lands. Cool. I'll give them their pick. You'll shatter at the GT. We'll have a mom with a sword. Yeah, this is a position where I definitely would have rather had Batterskull than Mother of Runes, but obviously can't tell exactly how that turn's going to play out. That was a decision that I made, knowing the consequences. What was this? A Palace Jailer, my mom. This play feels like it really gets punished by a 3, but okay. Like, if I just had a 3-drop to battle in here, the game's just over, but it's high risk, high reward play. If I don't have a 3, then the game's just over the other way. Like, shattering the sword there was just fine, though. Maybe... I can't figure out why they... Shit. The Sword of War and Peace looks pretty bad right here. You can drop Mirror Crusader. Make it the world's largest Crusader. Whatever. Make them cycle it. Sure, got enough equipment there. Yeah, I mean, I would be okay drawing another equipment now, because our only other equipment's Batterskull, but... There we go. Shattering the Vial, wow, rude. The disrespect. Milling Mage, naming... I don't even know. Do they care? I mean, Cataclysm. Even if I Cataclysm it, we'd still probably lose. Yeah, Cataclysm makes sense. Alright. Not the greatest start. 0-2. I think if we... Not sure. I think we definitely have a way higher chance of winning that game if we find Battle Skull, but again, we could have just drawn a bunch of creatures, and then they could have like had an answer for that Battle Skull. GG's, you're so easy. Yeah, I'm not sure. Just didn't... The cards did not play out on the choice between Fire and Ice and Batter Skull there, but Batter Skull might have been the good choice, but I did not want to get punished by second Kite Sail. Did we win game 1 or game 2? We lost game 2 on the Wasteland. Yeah, there we go. So we won game 1. Lost games 2 and 3. Actually win game 1 in that matchup, which seems crazy. I feel like I'd win the post-board games more, but I've never won a post-board game. I've won 2 pre-board games in that matchup. It's unusual. This hand's fine. Double Vial's a little bit clunky, but Double Vial with a bunch of mana Vial seems fine. I think this hand's a tiny bit threat late. But Vial, Thalia, mana Vial is just very hard to mulligan. If they play a non-basic, we can like Wasteland plus Vial, second Vial, and then the following turn we can Vial and Thalia plus Port with 2 Vials in play, and then easy pickings from there. Well, not if they Chalice me. If they Chalice me, I can't play Vial. Wait. Land? So lands with the main deck Ancient Tomb, my guess. Oh, nope, Tesserator. Wow, opponent going off. Fortunately, Winter Orb not very good against Aether Vial. So Revoker's really good against what my opponent's going on. I think I'm just going to play another Vial plus Wasteland them here. I can just like manage down them out with Thalia. Next turn, I can Thalia plus Revoker, or like Revoker plus Port, or stuff like that. Like turn 2 Tez. Antiquities War. Oh boy. Well, it's like 15 power in play already. I'm gonna get a Crucible. Ugh. So we're going to port their city plus play a Thalia here, so they can't like Crucible me or something. Or hopefully cast anything. It denies the most mana. And we can port like for the following next couple of turns. Because we can untap the port from the Winter Orb and then play a land. This Antiquities War is going to punch me for a good bit, but... hopefully not a lethal bit. Our goal is basically to stop them from playing Crucible Worlds. If we get another Soul and they can cast Crucible, and then we're probably pretty boned. But I don't think we're gonna beat those hands if they have all of those cards. Could cast a Strix. That does actually put their artifact count up to 20 power. This Antiquities War. Which means we'll have to do some chump blocking next turn unless we draw. Flicker Wisp would be the perfect draw here. Would seriously prevent us from dying. They did have the Soul Land, but they chose to play Strix over Crucible. I'm gonna like play a Chalice. Another Mox Diamond? I don't know. Okay. I think they were trying to Chalice on one there, but realized they couldn't through the Thalia. Now I think we're pretty dead. Now we have Crusader, which chump blocks another thing. Unfortunately, we have to just chump block 2 of their things to not just die here. In which case, they're just going to, like, bury me with the rest of their stuff. Like, just, like, Crucible. Just cast more spells. Because Antiquity Wars drew them 2 cards and then murdered us, which is not going to be good. Not even going to revoke here. I could, like, revoke one of these things, but I'd rather them use these for mana next turn than punch me. You can't even double block with Crusader plus Thalia. Antiquity of the War is very horrifying when it gets played on turn 2 off of, like, 2 mana rocks. So I guess we'll keep around this Thalia and throw everything else off a building. Just hope to God we can manage to nail them out somehow. Maybe it's right. I'm gonna have a bad hope with this. Maybe it's right to just keep the Crusader around and hope that the Crusader just races them? Is like our only plan? Because right now, the Baleful Strix just beats the Thalia in a race if I block twice. So yeah, I think we're actually just going to chump block anything and just hope to race him with this Crusader. Unlikely to happen, but we'll try. At least we don't tap all our lands. The Winter Orc's tapped. Stoneforge is something. I actually just Stoneforge for GTA up this Crusader here. I don't know if I want to, because GTA is not super good against their deck. But it's the only thing that I can actually just connect with the Crusader right now. But there's a question of, like, do I want to rather get Sword? But what am I losing to now? GTA does, like, still lethal them with this Crusader, right? Because they get 4 counters on it, which is just, like, plus 1,000,000, plus 1,000,000. Get to clear this Strix. I'm dying to a Tezzeret, or Soul and Tezzeret. Actually, hang on, I'm dying to Tezzeret right now, right? No, it takes 1 turn to ult, right? It just can't just play an ult. It has to make a thing of 5/5. But also, I can't attack through a 5/5. So I think I do actually want a bunch of GT counters. Immediately his design was quality planeswalker. I don't know, some of these planeswalkers can hold immediately. I'm usually getting murdered by that thing all the time anyway. Do I not have a stop in my opponent's damage type? Is that normal? I forget if I did. I don't know. This does prevent me from porting, which I could have like ported them off of Tez. This Crusader's now lethal. They need to put a colorless blocker in front of it, or like an ensnaring bridge. But with a bunch of GT counters, and we don't lose to... I mean, they also have like a million cards in hand, but... GT plus Stoneforge can get past a bridge. So they need to like Tezzeret down take and make a 5/5 and then just chump blocks the Crusader. I think I'm game for just killing the Strix. I don't want to die to something random. I don't think the difference between 4 and 3 counters is a lot. So it just eats 5/5s and stuff. Yeah, so it's like a Tez. They just have uncommon walkers, shit like every card in the set is some low impact. I don't know, that kind of like minimizes design space though. It's like really gross if... Because planeswalkers are definitely limited in the scope of what they're able to do, essentially, before you get very samey. It's already very samey. Oh, shoot. Do not play around Toxic Deluge for X equals 8. But I mean, not a lot of my plans would have played around this card, so... I'm only pump 3 times. So by not killing the Strix there, I saved them 2 life, essentially, but... Now we have a GTA in play, which isn't the worst. Nothing I can do here, so might as well just let it happen. We're surprisingly, like, not horribly dead. Which I definitely thought we were just going to automatically lose this game off of turn 2, Turn 2 Antiquities War. Creature? Nice. It's lethal with a GT. Guess I probably should have untapped. Maybe not. There's a chance I could have untapped the planes and hoped to draw a Mom, but I think the chance of me drawing just any land is higher, and I'd much rather be porting their City of Traders here so they couldn't kill me. Alright, it's not killing me. This is a Tez. I feel like Tez make a 5/5. Oh, this is just a Crucible deal. I can beat a Crucible. This should be lethal. And I'll grab Fire Ice. Don't have 1 mana up. Oh, thank God, we did it! Whew. That was really snatching victory from the jaws of defeat in that game. That was pretty horrifying. I think I just want these. Brailing doesn't seem... I guess they're in a Snaring Bridge deck, so Brailing seems okay. Again, really bad against Baleful Strix. Maybe they're not Ensnaring Bridge deck. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're just like Tez's and Ensnaring Bridges and they're just playing Antiquity Tour because it's another very high value 4. I guess, what do I cut? Probably Mother of Runes. I think most of their stuff is going to be artifacts or wraths, like the Toxic Deluge, whatever things I'll post. But I don't think they're going to have like a lot of spot removal. Maybe I'm wrong in that assessment. It also like doesn't help against a bunch of their colorless artifact stuff. It does help against Baleful Strix, but it's probably not worth it there. Batter Skull kind of sucks. Ballista's okay, because Ballista can answer Planeswalkers and ping off Strixen. I guess we should actually probably cut Plows, right? Maybe leaving Moms cut all the Plows, but I do like Plow being able to answer like 5/5s and stuff. It can push a Strix out of the way, it can push a 5/5 thing out of the way, but Flicker Wisp also pushes 5/5s. I think Plow kind of sucks. Maybe I want Batterskull in? Maybe I want Sword of War and Peace? Sword of War and Peace doesn't seem great. Just like kills them kind of fast. I think I'd rather have like any of these other equipment. Except for maybe Batterskull. I guess Mom and Plow are like equally decent against Baleful Strix. I think Mom, I guess, has some more upside. We'll just cut the 1. And we'll cut 2. I think Batterskull's probably better than Mom. Unless I'm like missing a card that I definitely should be cutting, which I don't think I am. Sometimes I kind of get blind like that. Ugh, drop both the Moms. This hand sucks. I think I'm just going to ship it. Double Wasteland, Council Judgment is decent. I think we just get like way better 6s, though. We have a bunch of very mediocre... Full House. Do I have to keep this on a 6? We ever gonna like win on a 5 ever? We draw like running lands, and then Thalia into Pile of Crusaders is probably pretty good. And we'll keep this. Oh, well, I think we have to top that, and then get Chalice on 1 here. Don't think Chalice is in my opponent's deck post-board, but don't think it's worth pushing that to try to find a second land. Considering this Aether Vial is like way better than a second land if it gets to hang around. Oh, well, we have Aether Vial. Hopefully they don't blow it up. I mean, they're blue-black, so kind of hard-pressed to. We keep in lands, we can cast this GTA through a Trinisphere. It's not a Tez, an Antiquities for them. Karn. Alright, that's pretty good. Third land would be super good here. Ooh, actual third land. Huh. So I could GT plus Thalia or Crusader plus Thalia. I think I want to GT plus Thalia, honestly. GT plus Thalia threatens being able to attack through like a 4/4 or something next turn. And then after that I can also just fire off the Wasteland because I only need the 2 lands to equip. And then I just have a pile of Crusaders coming off Vial. So this turn I can cast GT. Vial and Thalia. Next turn I can Wasteland them, equip GT to Thalia, do some stuff. Well, I guess I'm not Wastelanding them. Drawing Flicker Wisp would be gas here. Because drawing the land would be okay, too. That's not a good draw. I guess they can have the Ghost Quarter. Don't want them to have more artifacts, just beef up these constructs. The mana down plan's kind of off the table anyway. Kind of curious on why there's Ghost Quarter in their deck. I guess Crucible Lock, probably just like a singleton. Is this an Antiquities War? Doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, they can't cast an Antiquities War because the Thalia's in play. That's pretty good. They don't attack with both. Seems a little bit suicidal. Yeah. Again, Flickerus would be a really good draw here. Caracas. Caracas, not a great draw, but... So if I equip Sword to Crusader, it just trades with a construct, but I can actually take this Karn off the table. If I attack it with both guys. Then I get 2 GT counters left. Caracas also lets me re-equip the thing next turn. So if I equip GT to Crusader, probably just eats the Thalia. But then I get to keep this Crusader around. And if they block the Crusader, I first strike damage it, then pump twice. I guess only pump once, right? Yeah, I can just pump once, and then I have 3 counters left over. So let's equip to this Crusader here. Tap Karn, tap Karn. Yeah. Notably, I only get 2 counters here, which is kind of annoying, because the Karn dies in the first strike hit. So this block's probably correct, but at least I get to keep a Crusader around now. Maybe I should have played Caracas to incentivize them to block the other one. We're not dead, but if they play another artifact, they can attack me for lethal, right? I can gain 11, 13. So yeah, if they just cast another artifact, they can't because they're like totally tapped out with this. I guess they could because they can untap land, play City of Traders. Then I have to chump block with the Crusader, but then I get to connect actually double striking damage this time. And I just keep playing Crusaders every turn. We'll see if I can worm my way out of another one. Oh, right, that's a pretty good artifact to play, too. Would love to draw a Flicker Wisp anytime now. Not the best draw I've ever had. I think the plan is hit them with Crusader, equip to new Crusader. Like, just Violet and Sorcery Speed, equip it to that one. Wait, can I just kill them? It says 2 counters on it, so it pumps to a 6/6, hits them for 6, then pumps to a 10/10? No. Can't quite kill them. It's definitely close. Alternatively, I could play like Thalia plus Second Crusader and just kind of stonewall these, but I think I do need to kill them. So I have 6 counters, so 8 count. Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to kill me with Second Crusader in play. We're also going to play this other Karakas just so we have 2 untapped lands next turn. In case we top deck like another land, we want to be able to do things. Don't think that decision matters a whole lot, but just want to make sure. If they have like Pithing Needle, I might die. Like a Pithing Needle-esque effect to turn off the GT. Oh, as if they have that, we're pretty dead unless we find Flicker Wisp, just because we don't have this GT to leverage our board anymore. I could like just pump once and gain a bunch of life, so the Crusader will trade with a construct, and I don't die to the other one. What you got there, opponent? I'm trying to find out if they have like lethal or something. I don't think they can have lethal through 6 GT counters. So it's like 12 life. Technically, I guess if they could actually remove the Crusader in some way, which, like, I don't know, like a bounce spell, which seems very unlikely to be in their deck, then they could technically exactly lethal me with 14 power in play. I could only gain 12 life, go to 14 exactly. Plays another C to the side nod. They're 8/8s now. So if they attack here now and I triple pump, I can still gain enough life to not die? Yeah. So I block 1. So I currently have 6 counters. So if I triple pump my guy to an 8/8 double striker, I first strike it down, unless they have like an instant speed artifact, which seems kind of insane. I can just kill it and then gain the other 6 life here, go to 8, then I get triggers on the GT, and then gain another life so I don't die, so. Alternatively, we could just play it safe and pump once and trade, but think there's a lot of things that can blow me out here. Put a stop in their damage step just in case there's something weird. I don't know why, but... So I want this... Oh, actually, yeah, I'm not even dead right now, because this thing goes down to a 7/7. I forgot about that. I don't even need to gain the extra life. We'll just go to 1. Well, this is certainly a game. Antiquities War, isn't that just you're dead now? I have 4, 8. Yeah, this is just lethal. They just whiff. So we drew the Flicker Wisp too. Alright. This is exactly lethal. 12 plus 4. And we have Flicker Wisp to kill Construct to boot. Whew. That was certainly a game. Managed to squeak out some wins there. So was that blue-black Tez, or was that like... Because I know there was like a mono-blue Antiquities War deck running around, but I don't think I've ever seen blue-black. I want to put that under blue-black Tez, but they never actually cast a Tez. They just cast like every other 4-drop card you would play in that deck. Karn, Antiquities War, stuff like that. They had like Trinisphere, Crucible Worlds, Dimir Signet, and stuff. I feel like they're not playing black for anything else besides like Tez, Toxic Dealers. Just gonna put them under Tez. Assuming I've played against that deck ever. Played against Grixis Tez. Yeah, I haven't played against blue-black Tez ever. Alright. Cool. The old 2-1. Or 1-2, I mean. The 1-2, let's rally back. Mr. Pink, 21. Alright, seems fine. No turn 1 play, but multiple turn 2 plays in like fair and unfair matchups. Turn 2 Thalia with other castables in your hand is hard to pass up. One rolls a 6. Rattling on the board, your list is a bit surprising to me, but maybe it shouldn't be. Why is that? I'm not really sure where I want that Brightling, but I feel like I want multiple Brightlings, because I am trying to still respect Miracles. And to a lesser extent, Grixis Delver. Or not Grixis Delver, Grixis Control. Alright. Steel Stompy, huh? Well, this, Thalia got a lot worse. I think we're just gonna revoke the Steel Overseer now. And then get Walking Ballisted. Next turn we can revoke her again, or Stoneforge, or Wasteland, or whatever. It's gonna be like Ballisted for 2. Yeah. Now we have to revoke... ooh, never mind. We can actually... Which would I rather plow? I think I'd rather plow the ballista, right? So, although I'd rather name ballista for future ballistas, I don't think they can take it off the board, right? Made Rebellion plus Cataclysm, Chalice, War and Peace, things to be comfortable against Miracles. Yeah, I've not played against Miracles nearly enough to know how comfortable I am. I only played against it like 4 times in the whole of since Deathrite was banned. But I am trying to like respect it in a way that lets me still kind of respect Grixis control, which is my other concerned matchup. So Brightling is kind of a good card against Miracles and a decent card against Grixis, whereas there aren't a lot of other cards that I could do that with, besides playing like another Gideon or Cataclysm or something. But anyway. I don't think... Do Steel Stompy lists have other answers in their main deck? They don't play like Dismembers or something. I think Ballista's their only answer over here. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Steel Stomp. I'm just gonna pull up a list real quick though. This list is an old list, but yeah, it doesn't look like they actually have anything. Put this on the stack. Walking Ballista. That Plow is a very good draw. Hopefully I can like wasteland them off of casting stuff and play Stoneforge here before they just like slam Karn. Well, I can't wasteland them now, but we have Stoneforge. We're not going to accept that trade. Could play Sword. I think I just want a 3-mana Stoneforge for like a Batterskull here. Yeah, I've definitely missed Cataclysm's been really good for me. I don't know, like, if there's another strong anti-Grixis card out there without being incredibly narrow, or just being, like, a third 4-drop, which I find very clunky. That's the main issue. It's like, what could I play? Like, a second Walking Ballista? Walking Ballista is not, like, a good card against Grixis. It's, like, incidentally good. Alright, well, good thing we got the Stoneforge down, because now we have this Batterskull to win. We take a good chunk here, but then we Batterskull, and I don't think they can attack anymore. Yeah, Lightcaster feels really narrow to me. Maybe it's worth it, but... Hangerback, alright. Not a good draw, but hopefully this Batterskull carries us to victory. I'm also like considering cutting the Sword of War and Peace, so that kind of makes my Miracles matchup worse. I just don't know what I want to cut for the Sword of War and Peace. It's kind of just sitting there in the sideboard right now as a Leastone Karn. Alright, that's beatable. Ooh, a Plow that I can't cast. But if I like trade off against one of these lodestones, this Plow comes online. I can also just get this sort of Fire and Ice down. Can't cast anything else besides this Vial, so keep passing the turn, sitting here awkwardly. Wait, do they have lethal? No, I can always block with the Stoneforge too, and also gain 4 life. Yeah, we're fine. If they like swing with everything, we can block with, like, trade the Batterskull off with a Lodestone to unlock our Plow. Otherwise, we get to put in this Sword of Fire and Ice. Three-mana Mom. So I still can't... I don't think I can attack here. They do get to start pumping this hanger back, which I think they missed. No, they played this last turn. I do need to start attacking The issue is, like, when. I'm gonna equip a Stoneforge in attack, right? It's a 3/4. Rather than equipping to Batter Skull, gaining 6, and then they trade with, like, Lodestone plus Hangerback, and they pump the Hangerback, so they get 2 Thopters. I gain 6 life, go to 15. But then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 power in play. So I don't think I can afford to attack with the Batter Skull yet. Especially if I draw 3rd land, I can, like, plow a blocker. So I think I just want to equip the Batter Skull and pass. I can always plow this Hangerback if it takes too long to get there as well. They're going to have to be pumping this for a long time before it becomes relevant. Oh, they could actually sack this Inventor's Fair. I didn't think about that. That's not good for me. If they find an Arcbound Ravager, maybe? I'm going for a Vial with Swords of Plow Shares up. I can't cast the Plow, because these Lodestone Goals make it cost like 900 mana. Otherwise, it seems like fine. Or play Mom, just for a chump blocker. But I don't want to be mana efficient, so I don't want to be like leaving up. Developing this Aether Vial is probably important, though. Don't know when. I also don't know if they know what they're searching for. They might have just popped it because they have a bunch of mana. Steel Overseer, okay. So they're going to try to just go over me, which means we probably just attack with the Germ to plow the Overseer. Once we just draw a 3rd land, make it easy on me. Ooh, 3rd land. Interesting. I wonder if I can attack. Wonder how that would block. Hangerback plus Lodestone. Plow the Hangerback. Kill the Lodestone. Can I beat an Overseer after that? Is that too greedy? To attack here and, like, plow a Hangerback? Maybe that's too greedy. They wouldn't just take it. They might chump block, which is like the best case scenario because we gain a bunch of life. Just wondering if it's worth... You probably need the Overseer to die. Yeah, I think we're just like too far ahead if the Overseer just dies. Like, I mean, we're just like... There's no point in like throwing this match. There's like no reason to just throw this game off a cliff, in which I'm like pretty favored. There is this Hangerback which slowly ticks up. If they find a Ravager, they can like pop it for a million guys, but eventually we can also like get this Thalia down, sort up the Thalia with First Strike, or hit 5 lands and start putting Batter Skull and stuff. Chalice on 1. Well. Play 3 mana Thalias now. Yeah, I was considering actually swapping out the Sword of War and Peace for the 3rd Recruiter. Just because I haven't been super blown away by Sword of War and Peace recently. Sangerback's going to keep ticking up, and now we don't really have a way to play. We can draw a Flicker Wisp, I suppose, or a Recruiter. It's like 6 cards in our deck that answer it. Maybe I'm supposed to attack just to force them to pop it. We can play Thalia, equip it with Sword the following turn. I could also wait 1 more turn, just so I could always have protection, but going to 15 here seems fine, and clearing off a bunch of their things. They do have 2 Mishra's Factories. Oh wait, this thing costs 4 mana? Oh yeah, it's a double Lodestone. So I think I need to attack here, actually, just so I can cast spells. Could block with, like, Factory plus Hangerback, maybe. That would actually punish me pretty bad. Not really. Just make Stoneforge a 3/4. Or I could also pick up take 2 turns, pick up Batter Skull with 3 mana, and put it back in Stoneforge. I think I should have attacked last turn. If I'm attacking this turn, I probably should have just done this last turn as well. Oh, was last turn the plow turn? These turns are all blending together. We're on like turn 9. I wonder if they're animating the summoning sick one. Nope. So block with like Lodestone plus Factory. This doesn't work out, right? Isn't this only 5? Yeah, this is only 5. My opponent really fucked up that math. They were thinking they had enough mana to activate the factory and pump the hanger back. They did not. Oof, that's a rough one. Alright, made my life easy, at least. Alright, bring in this pile, maybe the Sword of War and Peace, but pretty medium. Cut Thalia's. I don't think they should have necessarily conceded there. Yeah, that's definitely. I thought that myself. I was like, they're not dead here. They could still win this game, but there's definitely the shame concede. I'll respect it. So what do they have in the sideboard? Ensnaring Bridge. That's horrifying. Ratchet Bomb stuff. Obviously, I'm looking at like a really outdated list, but see if I can find a more up-to-date one. Apparently not. Alright, cool. I guess these moms are pretty easy cuts. That looks pretty reasonable. Recruiter feels slow, but recruiting like Revoker and Wisp are pretty powerful targets, or Ballista to like ping off X1s at certain points in the game, so I don't hate it. I guess Prelate kind of sucks too. Rather like a Thalia than a Prelate. Thalia's first strike, which is notable with your equipment package. Could cut them all and play the Sword of War and Peace instead. Not sure how good that is, though. Play Lyra as a sideboard card. Would be pretty good against Grixis. They like have to have an empty board and edict it. Don't know how much I want a 5-drop on my sideboard that's like unplayable against the entire format except for Grixis, though. Oh, that hand sucks. It was like actually like. Oh yeah, they get Jace -2. Sounds like almost good actually. You put them all to 6, we have like Wasteland, Port, and a Vial. Sounds like almost keepable. If they just like turn on Chalice me, we're so far dead, but it sounds a lot closer than I actually like thought it was on initial inspection. But yeah, I think we can just go to 6. We need to find much better 6s, like this one. This Batter Skull sucks, but Relic Order and Path are both very powerful cards in this matchup. You'd keep that, really? I'm gonna keep this, just I need spells to cast. There's a chance that it's right to keep that. I don't want to like just die to a Chalice. It doesn't look like my opponent is chalicing me. This False Scourge doesn't do a lot. They like... that's kind of annoying. It's not really. I just path it, and they sack it, and then I just untap and revoke the Ravager or something, or revoke the Scourge. This is fine. Right time to take the risk. I never like the thinking of like, oh, we're up a game, we can take the risk, but there's definitely a chance that hand's capable. I think we just find much more capable 6s. So there's like no point in keeping him like a pretty low end 7. What's the command for that sideboard guide? It should say down below. I think it's like exclamation point SB guide. There's also a chance I just like don't Relic Order this Ball Scourge, but if it's like my only turn 2 play, I probably just do. Just have no other things to do. I can always Flicker Wisp my Relic Order too to just take a more reasonable thing. Yeah, seems fine. Yep, no problem. I did actually write another matchup for it yesterday, I think. I finished the KCI section. It's still only like 6 decks, though, so... Definitely still has a lot of work to be done. Karn. Alright. So you like Flicker Wisp the Construct and put the Karn to 1? Then they plus it. The Flicker Wisp can kill the Karn, though, after that, even if they like play another blocker. It also just keeps them off of a bunch of artifacts for this Mox Opal still, so they probably can't Wasteland me. Yeah, probably fine. I guess they only have 1 card in their hand, so I didn't really think about that. But yeah, they're definitely going to need to... Oh yeah, you can have that Wasteland, buddy. Please do not Walking Ballista me. They're just dead. Sweet. Whew, rallying it back. 0-2 to 2-2. Final boss time. Oh god, that was fast. Final boss probably just gonna be elves and ready to get wrecked. Wisp aggro would not be my first instinct, but I think it's the right play. Yeah, I mean, what are my other options there, right? I could, like, recruit for something. But 1 card in hand, just, like, want to get this card off the table as soon as possible. Take them off of, they're on 2 mana because they blew up their city, so take them off of the ability to, like, turn on their Mox Opal and stuff. Seemed pretty reasonable. This hand kind of sucks. It's good enough to keep, but we're just going to die to combo. But I need to update my spreadsheet first. Steel Stompy. Yeah, like I said, just dead to combo, but I think this hand's too good against not combo decks, and the meta is like pretty combo light. Wow, just back-to-back-to-back Ancient Tomb decks. They Chalice me. Oh, just... Wait, is it the same person? No, it's not. Vile Basic Wasteland sucks. I demand a lot. It sucks specifically against combo decks. Also, this hand is actually pretty great against my opponent Walking Ballisting me. I'm gonna risk getting, like, turn 2 Karn here off of another Soul Land, but I think playing Vile here is too important to then be able to, like, plow plus Wasteland the following turn. It's a little bit risky, but turn 2 Karns aren't super common. Oh, wow, this is just Eldrazi with a Walking Ballista. Interesting. Thought not much worse. But also, now they take the plow, and now we're pretty boned. Yeah, Vile has a lot more upside here, but... Now we Wasteland the scene. At least this Ballista's only a 1-1. It'll take a while to get them up to, like, the mana they can start pumping it. They take this plow, we can Wasteland the Ancient Tomb, take up the Vile. Start working towards a win. Yeah, I'm just kind of concerned about whenever they have, like, turn 1 stuff into turn 2 thought on it. Yeah, this card trades with a Ballista if they attack, which actually is pretty good since they don't know about it. So it probably pretty heavily incentivizes them to attack. And getting this Ballista off the table is pretty important. If I could guarantee killing this Ballista, I'd probably just Wasteland the Eldrazi Temple. Yeah, I think my opponent's on a Drowsy Post, because that's usually the Ballista deck. Yeah. Yeah, they're heavily incentivized to attack with both here, and now we can actually, like, profitably use this Mom to get this Ballista off the table. They, like, dismember it, but... Now we just want to draw, like, Rashad and Port or something. Oh, we'll take another Wasteland. It's pretty good. Just Wasteland this Cloud Post. Keep getting beat down, but next turn we'll have, like, Stoneforge for Batter Skull or something. Or maybe even, like, GT, just because we have Crusader. Because this Thought Knot's not... We're not really in danger of dying to this Thought Knot, so maybe it's a better shot to just try to close out this game by grabbing a murdery equipment. Well, if they're not going to play a land, I think we're going to go grab one of the equipment that just murders them, so... Because now they can't, like... Could get SoFi. I think that GTA just kills them just as fast. SoFi deals how much? 12? So they're not dead in one blow. So I think I'd rather just have GTA. GTA punches me through, like, Endbringers and stuff much better than sort of Fire and Ice does. I guess that's a fair argument. Sort of Fire and Ice finds me more stuff, but there aren't going to be a lot of chance to leverage those cards, considering they're going to be dead in the next 2 turns. They're just missing land drops. They're probably just host anyway. Attacking here would be pretty aggressive, yeah. They can't even, like, dismember this Crusader. Block. I just kill his Thought Knot. Oh shoot! No, I was supposed to pump my Crusader. I'm an idiot. If I pump my Crusader with 6/6, I get 2 more GT counters. I'm dumb. Oh well. I think this is probably still lethal. No, because this GT doesn't have any counters on it, so this thing only attacks for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I'm an idiot. Hopefully that doesn't punish me too horribly, but... One, two... Yeah, this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm 1 off lethal if I just cast Mom and Violent Brightling. Probably still worth it. Slight misstep, but I don't think it's going to cost me the game, since considering they were, like, missing a land drop for multiple turns. If they hit the land drop there, they still only have 4 mana max. To, like, cast another Thought Knot Seer, but... a minor misstep, but definitely something to keep in mind. Definitely should have pumped our Crusader to a 6/6 instead of just killing it. Get more GT counters. Alright, so for this matchup, we have Decent chunk of good cards. It's awkward that you like still have to bring in your Eldrazi Stompy cards against this deck, and then sometimes they can just Eldrazi post you out of the game, but we're decently set up to beat both variations. Someone posted an Eldrazi post list recently. I forget where I saw it. Take into account. Here it is. Eldrazi posted 1 Ballista, 2 Endbringer, 4 Reshaper, 4 Smasher, 4 Thought-Knot, 1 Kozilek, 2 Ulamog. This is the one that top 8 at the Classic, I think. One of the few matchups where I'd missed. Yeah, it's basically like the Ancient Tomb decks. All the Ancient Tomb decks are like, oh, thank God I have this Leona Relic Order in my deck. But yeah, they have like Grim Monolith in this matchup too. 3 Allus Dust. That's horrifying. I think I'm going to actually just leave in my Sanctum Prelates. Emrakul, the Promised End, Karn, Warping Whale, 2 Dismember. So we can cut all these moms, and then maybe I don't cut Thalia. My opponent has a lot of like non-creature spells. 16 in the main deck, and like they're bringing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably 10 more. I mean, that's probably overboarding, but they could bring in like up to 10. Maybe Sword of War and Peace just sucks. Gaining life. You're probably not losing to their aggro draws as much. What else am I cutting, though, if I'm not cutting any of the cards? Probably have to cut some of Rothalia's. And probably just all these garbage Thalias. Taxing isn't as relevant. My opponent has, like, Cloud Posts on their deck. Do they have Basic Waste in here? They do not. Alright, his path is pretty good. Alright, no mana denial. This hand is beating the Eldrazi Stompy versions of their hands. It's not beating the Eldrazi Post version of their hands. But I think we just have to keep this. This hand is just very, very good against the early game. We just have to hope they don't hit a bunch of land drops and activate Eye of Ugin. They do have Basic Waste. Alright, they're not playing the exact list then. But, ooh, good top deck. Assuming they're kind of to sideboard out Chalice. Like I've played against like way too many post-board Chalices to assume my opponent ever sides out Chalice in this matchup. Or like any of the Chalice matchups. They have like Matter Reshaper. Nothing. What do they keep? I'm not going to cast a Stoneforge here, I don't think. That's not a great draw. It doesn't really... actually, maybe I do. So assuming they have Thought-Knot Seer, and that they just didn't have double Soul Land, they're just going to play a Thought-Knot Seer next turn. Then if I play Stoneforge... if they play Stoneforge, they take the equipment. If I don't play anything, then they can just take the Stoneforge. And I'd really like to have Batterskull, but... hopefully they're just like going to Soul Land Smasher me, and we can just pitch one of these Karakas to... yeah. I was thinking about like trying to get those Stoneforge to beat a Thought-Knot Seer, but it doesn't beat Thought-Knot Seer. Yeah. We'll just sit on it. Please Smasher me. That would be the greatest. Yes, Smasher. Do it. Smash. Brand Dynamo. I guess I should probably Council's Judgment that one. And Snaring Bridge. Maybe I shouldn't Council's Judgment this Brand Dynamo. Playing an interesting list for sure. Just select sideboard out all their creatures, make my paths and plows look like an idiot. I have 4 cards left in hand. There's a chance I can get, like, Stoneforge GT online. Ooh, Wasteland. Unfortunately, I can't Wasteland and Council's Judgment them. Because Council Judgment takes them off of more mana than Wasteland does. We have 4 cards left in hand. We have answers to, like, if they sit here, like, trying to Endbringer me behind a bridge. So maybe the plan is Council Judgment this Thran Dynamo, Violent Stoneforge, get GT going, Wasteland one of their soul lands. I just don't know if, like, trying to deny them mana is worth it when they have 5 left over and 4 cards in hand. Like, if they just, like, cast an Ugin, I'm gonna really want this Council Judgment for it. So maybe... Could also just Violent Stoneforge, Wasteland... 8 is Ugin. Yeah, but, like, if I Council Judgment this Thran Dynamo, then they can't get to Ugin for a while. But if they ever do, then top decking Cataclysm. That would be a good draw for sure. So they could Ulamog me next turn, which is probably horrifying. I'm either Wastelanding or Council's Judgmenting this turn. Just not sure what. I think I want a Council's Judgment. I think I'm just like dead to an Ugin, but like if they don't keep any more lands, we can Council's Judgment this Thran Dynamo out, Wasteland like a Soul Land, Wasteland this Ancient Tomb. They're very far away from playing an Ugin, so. I think we just kill this Thran Dynamo. Assuming they can't empty their hand, we can get GT online under a bridge. We have removal spells. Another Soul Land's not good for me. Oblivion Sower. Eh? Well, taking them off of mana is not a good plan when they have Oblivion Sower in their deck. They hit triple land. You import me. Oh, they just like thought, not sure. I know they can take like one of my removal spells, but probably just want the Batter Skull, right? I mean, I'll take GT. I assume they're gonna... They might actually take one of my removal spells just so I can't kill both their things, in which case... There's the option of like not putting in that Stoneforge and letting them take it if they want, and then choosing after the fact. They do take the GT, interesting. Alright, so Wastelanding them is probably not a good plan anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, Crusader plus GT would have been nice. Let's... I guess let's plow this Thought Knot first, see what we draw. Ooh, a Brightling. We're gonna pat this in upkeep. I don't think it's worth the 1 damage here. Hello, cat. Goodbye, cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have... I guess Wastelanding them is semi-relevant. I'm not super scared of an Ugin, honestly. As weird as that is to say. So I'd rather than be taking damage for their stuff. Because, like, Walking Ballista is horrible for me, but... Can't beat that. We also have Brightling to beat this bridge, which I kind of forgot about, to be honest. I'm not sure. Let's find out if they have second basic waste. I guess I should have done that draw step, but whatever. I think this variation of the deck is usually on like 2 wastes, yeah. I've seen the Oblivion Sower version before. I usually see double waste. Second bridge, alright, we can beat bridge with Brightling. It just takes a lot of mana that we don't really have. Draw Cataclysm. Yeah, that'd be a good draw for sure. Can't even, like, do reasonable damage here. I have to, like, make this a 1/5 and then not attack, not pump it or anything. Just deal them 2. But if we just top deck lands before they top deck stuff, then we might get there. That's actually dumb, because they have a port they can actually prevent my Brightling from... Well, they probably don't have a lot of removal on their deck. Oh, well, that's GG. Should we get, like, Ulamogs or whatever? Go see if they can, like... Alright, later. Go see what they're gonna tutor for before we concede, but... Well, we can also draw a Cataclysm. Keep us in this game. Flicker Wisp, huh? That doesn't really do it. See what their choice of Gigantic Eldrazi is at this stage. Yeah, Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger seems pretty decent. They can't attack, but, I mean, they can just activate Ivugan again for, like, more Ulamogs and stuff. But if we draw, like, Wasteland after they cast Ulamog here, then maybe we're still doing something. I wonder if I save a Plains with Flicker Wisp. Kragus the Ulamog, get him. Probably save a Plains, considering my only one of my only plans to victory is Cataclysm. We need to draw, like, Wasteland into, like, land number 4 into Cataclysm and stuff. This game is not going to be won, but we'll certainly try. Cast, like, a Matter Reshaper or some dorky. I guess they actually have 5 mana. They can smash at me if they want. I mean... Not a good plan. Take that. Just go get, like, a second Ulamog. 21 turn clock versus Ivugan. Don't think it's going to work out. I'm good to know they're on the Ensnaring Bridge plan. I also kind of want to know if they have, like, more Ulamogs, or if they're just going to go find Endbringers and shit. I think they can probably cast Ulamog this turn, too. Oh, they just have an Endbringer? Sure. That's pretty good. Gonna port me. I wonder if, I don't think porting me is worth taking 2 damage, but okay. I guess they're at 23, so they don't really care, but... Aha! Yeah, we can port them. Now we're back to Cataclysm mana. But then they're just gonna like find an Ulamog here. Ulamog me to death. Yeah, alright, they have 2 Ulamogs. Now we'll concede. Good to know they have 2 Ulamogs in their deck, but we're just horribly, horribly dead here. So yeah, the game plan of this seems to be like try to mana screw them or get them with Cataclysms, but the mana screw plan did not work there. The Council Judgment on the Thran Dynamo into they just like slam Oblivion Sower. Was not a good plan. I think I might actually want Walking Ballista just like as another answer to Ensnaring Bridge. They don't like Thran Dynamos and shit. Could cut like a Crusader. Crusader just does close the game pretty quick with the equipment, but Walking Ballista is another way to like actually win a game through a bridge. And now we have like Flicker Wisp to beat a single bridge with an Alpha Strike. We have Council's Judgment to kill a bridge. We have Brightling to attack through a bridge, and we have this Ballista. I think it's good enough. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of this game, you can beat their Eldrazi Stompy hands. It's much harder to beat their Eldrazi Post hands. Alright, just snap off this hand. Bunch of Mana Denial and Cataclysm. Cataclysm's like hands down our best card in this matchup. If we don't get Thought Knotted, this Cataclysm can go very far towards us winning this game. Also, there's a chance that like Wasteland Port can just steal this. Put a Preld on like 2 or 4 or something. Beat Grim Monolith or Thran Dynamo. Spyglass, that's rude. At least they can't name Wasteland and Port and Aether Vial. They have to choose what they want here. Unfortunately, now they also know about this Cataclysm. They'll probably also name Wasteland. Seems like the smartest play. They could easily get put into the ground if they don't name Wasteland. Yeah, names Wasteland. That makes sense. Could also draw like Flicker Wisp or the Relic Warder to activate a bunch of Wastelands like that. So now if we like port them, get this, play some Wastelands, get this file up to 3, we can flicker out Spyglass and slam them in next week. Assuming we don't get Thought Knotted by then. And if they Thought Knot this Flicker Wisp, means they're not Thought Knotting Cataclysm. Oh man. Unfortunately, we actually only get to Wasteland them twice anyway. Because we're going to probably just Flicker Wisp the Spyglass, Wasteland them twice next turn. Then they get to choose if they want to name Wasteland again. Because they'll see the 3rd Wasteland, and they'll probably name it over Aether Vial, but they can also name Port, but... I have 3 mana here. Oh no, 2nd Spyglass! At least, I think they're priced into naming Wasteland again, right? I guess they can name Aether Vial here. Which would actually be pretty abysmal for me. 2nd Spyglass is kind of gross. Yeah, they name Aether Vial here, because my entire hand is actually uncastable. But if we find 4th land for this or if we find another land for this Cataclysm, it's insane, right? We're just gonna get like Thought Knotted and die though. Thought Knot Cataclysm, lose the game. If that doesn't happen, though, we can slam Cataclysm and just keep probably a port. Cause I don't know, keep Wasteland, because that prices them into trying to keep this vial. Again, if we get Thought Knot here, we're probably just dead. But if we find another white source, I think we just win. That's not good. Alright. Still have a shot. White source, something. Ooh, alright, now we have to actually think here. If I keep Wasteland, and if I keep Wasteland, they're guaranteed to keep the source of Spyglass that it's on Aether Vial. So maybe it's actually smart for me to keep basic planes, just so I can cast my spells. I definitely have to Cataclysm here. Just like triple Stone Rain, kill one of these Spyglasses. I guess I could Flicker Wisp double Wasteland them, actually. Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp with this Spyglass. Is double Wasteland good enough, though? I guess I can always Cataclysm after. Like, getting a threat into play first might actually be reasonable. Something to race this Matter Reshaper. If I Wasteland, like, Cloud Blows plus Ancient Tomb. We're still playing into getting Thaw Knotted, which is scary. Go Flickers, hit the Spyglass on Vial. Yeah, that's my other line that I was actually thinking of here. I have 10 minutes, so we're probably pretty good. So I could Wisp this, activate Vial, Wisp this, double Wasteland. I still have like the 4th mana for the Cataclysm next turn too. Although having double Flickers when played when I Cataclysm isn't great. I'm scared of Thought Knot, but they don't have a Thought Knot. At least they don't yet, because they didn't play one. I want at least one threat in play is the thing. I want to be able to like race the Reshaper in play. Because they'll probably Flicker my Waste. That doesn't do anything, right? Because I need to flicker their thing off of the Wasteland first, right? So I can't triple Wasteland them. I just Plains, port, Flicker Wisp, Vial, Violin, Flicker Wisp, Spyglass, Wasteland, Cloud Post, Wasteland, Eye of Ugin. That's probably my best plan. I don't even need to like cast this Cataclysm per se. Just like on tap of this port. Yeah. I think that's better than Cataclysm here. Alright, so now they can like they look at my hand again, but they still have the choice of naming Wasteland, Port, or Aether Vial. They can only name 2 of the 3. So we're still in a decent spot here, I think. And if they name like Port plus Wasteland to try to stop me from denying their mana, then this Cataclysm gets a lot better, because we get to keep around this Aether Vial. No, they name Aether Vial, sure. And then they'll probably name Wasteland? Maybe they name Port. Not sure. Yeah, they name Wasteland. Probably makes the most sense. If they keep getting land drops, it'll kind of be annoying. But if they don't, we can probably try to port them out. If they keep getting land drops, we might be forced into cataclysming this board. Attack. It's a little bit aggressive. It makes me... I kind of want to block so I can cataclysm them, but... I think I'm going to take it. Cloud Post is pretty bad for me. Second Aether Vial's not great here. I think I can afford to go one more turn before casting this Cataclysm. Not positive. We're still like running into Thought Knot, but we're up in the race now. Because now we're both at 14 and I get the first attack. So if I cast Cataclysm here, I'm ahead in the race. They have nothing here. Alright, I think they have enough mana that I just need to Cataclysm them now. I also need to keep this Wasteland around. Ooh, Stoneforge. But yeah, they have just way too much mana now. I need to cast this Cataclysm. If they haven't cast like a Thought Knot or something yet, they have like big stuff. Yeah, now that they hit this land drop, I definitely am firing off this Cataclysm. I'm just gonna keep this Wasteland. I'm ahead in the race, so they need to be able to like kill Flicker Wisp. And they're torn between keeping the Spyglass on Aether Vial or Wasteland. If they don't keep the Vial or keep the Spyglass on Wasteland, then I get to untap and hit him with it. I think I'm just firing this off. They're keeping Glimmer Post, really? Okay, no. That seems like the worst land they could keep. They're keeping one on Aether Vial. Alright, that means we get to Wasteland them. Which means unless they have, like, Cloud Post Ballista, then we should be fine. Or, like, basic ways to Ballista me. Grim Monolith. I don't know, that's a pretty good one to have post Cataclysm. It's only one time use, though. Oh no, we could almost Revoker this. I think we just have to Wasteland them, though. That's our only way to win, is hope they can't cast anything for 2 turns. And be on with this Wisp. Stop hitting land drops. Fingers crossed. This is a Ballista. God. Damn it. We're so close to winning this. We needed to dodge that exactly 1 turn. Fuck. Now we're just lose, yeah. We're just like actually dead on board. I mean, technically not, but there's no way we can draw lands and... This is like I think the only card that we needed to actually dodge here when they're at 2 life. I guess Warping Whale, too, could have killed my Flicker Wisp. Damn it. A little surprised they kept the Source of Spyglass on Aether Vial, but paid off because we just drew, like, 3/3. Damn it. That sucks. It's like the only card we needed to dodge there. Unfortunate. Do I have Eldrazi Post on this list? I don't think I've played against Eldrazi Post, actually, since I made the new spreadsheet. I think it's Eldrazi Stompy 4 times. So let's search. Yeah, no Eldrazi Post, alright. Make a new column for the, or new row for the list. Eldrazi Post. Which game did we win? Game 1, I think. Yeah, we won game 1. Lost games 2 and 3. The only play that may have changed the game would have been Stoneforge instead of the Cataclysm that turn, but we don't know what's in their hand. Yeah, I think there's like letting them have that much mana is just way too much. That's definitely like one of the only decisions I could have made that like would have changed the game substantially. But I think with the things that they weren't casting in their hand, they had like access to 5 mana or something. I think the Cataclysm was the right play. They just had like they drew the Ballista 4 turn, which is like the most frustrating thing. Is that was one of the only cards in their deck that let them win. And also I don't know how many that were in their deck. But they generally don't play like 4. It just I mean, sometimes you lose the top decks, it happens. If anyone watched the SCG, there was the Storm versus Burn in like the quarterfinals or something, where the Storm player played like super, super well and almost navigated out of an unwinnable situation. The Burn player just like top decks Boros Charm and kills him. It's like sometimes if you like sit there and tank and you like figure out the line that's like probably the best way to get you to victory, you still just die. So shit happens for sure. Some bad beats in this league though. What did we die to? We lost to like Red Black Nut. We lost to like some pretty bad beats against humans. My matchups against humans are like always close. It never feels very unwinnable. Oh yeah, watching the Charm. I felt so bad for that Storm guy. Because I'm pretty sure the Burn player could have won a lot. Like, the Burn player did not pilot that, like, that turn super well. The previous turn, but it just didn't matter. Just finds Boros Charm. Anyway. Okay, it's updated. Back at the list and call it a night. Alright, so... Well, I'm really happy that I didn't cut the Leon and Relic order for, like, that match, that league specifically, because we played against, like, 3 Ancient Tomb Chalice of the Void decks in a row. And Leon and Relic order was really, really good, but this sort of War and Peace is, like, continues to be, like, pretty mediocre. I might just cut it for, like, a 3rd Recruiter, but I'm not super impressed by, like, 3rd Recruiter either. How are you liking Brightling? I'm playing D&T this week. Oh, good luck at the Open. Also, Brightling's been pretty good for me. I like it. So the issue is that I'm preparing for these paper tournaments that are coming up. I have a big tournament at the start of October, and then I'm also playing an Eternal Weekend the next month. So I'm preparing for, like, or I'm trying to test for a paper meta and playing online. I think a lot more people play Miracles in paper than online, just because it's a lot harder to move decks in paper, and people that are playing Miracles will just, like, keep playing Miracles. They're not just going to, like, audible to Grixis because it's, like, the more playable control deck or whatever. I think Brightling is exceptional in the Miracles matchup. Issue being is that it's a little bit weaker than some of your other options against Grixis because it's so bad against Baleful Strix. But I think in paper, I'm much more confident in playing it. If you looked at the classic results, I think all 3 D&T lists were playing it. Or playing like at least one Brightling. I think the card is very good. But I am just trying to hedge my bets against Grixis as well with like 3 Mirran Crusaders and stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna call it for the night here. Thanks everybody for watching. Let's go find something to host, give my spiel and stuff. If you enjoy the content, you want to see more Death and Taxes stuff, we stream it here 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. You can hit the follow button, subscribe, or donate if you want to support the channel. Follows are totally free, help you know when I'm going live, help other people find my content, all that good stuff. Subscriptions gives you a sweet dolly emote, subscriber, a 3-man theme subscriber badge in the chat. Donations, I'd be more than happy to take a Death and Taxes list through a league that you want to see. Just let me know beforehand. Speaking of which, MCPH, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I feel like it's a 1-of currently, but I'm looking for space in the deck. Yeah, that's why I'm playing like 1-1 split, because I'm not really sure where I want it. But I like having access to it. It's a good card to have access to, especially it's so good against like ensnaring bridges and stuff. Good in the Stompy matchups, good in like Delver matchups, good in really good against Miracles. Anyway, other than that, I totally lost my train of thought in the middle of my spiel. You can, other than that, to support the channel, you can subscribe on YouTube or follow on Twitter. Links are both down below. YouTube just has the archives of like every stream that I put out at this point. So as soon as I go down, I just upload the streams to YouTube. So if you want to see more Death and Taxes content, go there. Twitter, I just tweet out when I'm going live, that sort of thing. Anyhow, let's host somebody. Playing Legacy. Spaced Out GG looks like the only other person playing Legacy online. So let's go host this guy. Legacy Goblins. Cool, cool. Anyhow, see you guys all tomorrow. Have a good night, day, afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll host this guy. Wait, oh, there's the host button.